by the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Lagos State, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho. Thanks a lot for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you.
You've had a long day.
Sure.
Tough to look at some of the pictures coming out of Lagos and then the protest there turning a little bit violent and many people were even stranded. Did you envisage this kind of reaction when you came up with the restriction?
Of course, we envisioned that we will have some pains. And we kept on telling Lagosians that they should just not see the government as an entity without any meek of compassion, that they should credit the government with some sympathy for whatever pains that we may be experiencing now, and that at the end of the day, it's going to please all of us because there will be the gain, that the gain is greater than the pains we are going to have now because the pains will be short-lived.
But looking at the pictures that came out, people told us about pretty long distances they had to walk. I know the issue of palliatives has come up, and you talked about, we heard that there was a plan for buses. Where are these buses? What routes are they plying? A lot of people did not get to see them, if that is what you're putting in place instead. Talk to us more about that.
We are putting so many things in place to alleviate whatever suffering our people may be going through now. But today, there were buses in town. 65 of them rolled out in one day. And even the BRT buses that were bad were fixed, about 300 of them coming out. But what happened was that I was told in some areas, I'm still investigating the matter, but that some unionists, they didn't allow these buses to run. They didn't allow them to pick passengers. They were asking them to come and pay money. So it became a security matter to the police had to move in to dislodge these unionists. And then the government called their leadership and asked them to call their people to order because they should not compound whatever complex situation that we have on our hands, if we can call it that.
So as you're talking to us tonight, could you tell Lagosians and anybody listening who needs to go out tomorrow, is there a specific route plan for where these buses will be? Because many people say when they come out, all they see is an empty street. You know, usually they would go through a tricycle or something, and they can't. So what is the plan for tomorrow?
Some major routes have been, buses have been deployed in some major routes, like CMS to Aja, 10 buses today, like Obalende to Aja, 10 buses too, like Inner Marina to Aja, 10 buses, from Baga to Ojota, 5 buses, from Ojota to Ikeja, 7 buses, and on like that. But the thing is that you cannot have this kind of policy and there won't be pains. What some people want, I sympathize with people who are to work today. It's not easy to walk 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, especially if you have not been doing this before. But I would like to tell Lagosians that they should stay firm. They should continue to support the government because the pains will not last long. Because tomorrow, as I speak with you, we are ready to commission 14 boats that will be plying so many routes. If you are going from Ikorodu to Marina, you don't need to go by road. I mean, it's shorter, it's safer, it's freer. As from tomorrow, we are going to commission 14 boats from Marina to Mile 2 and such places. And then more buses are coming up. We have over 500 of them at the ports that we are clearing. The logical question is that why don't you allow these things to come on board before you take this decision? But the people have to realize that this is a decision taken by the State Security Council. So it is much more than moving from one point to another. There are so many other reasons that government cannot fail its duty to move to this kind of action so that Lagosians will not blame us for not moving to stop some certain things that the government is seeing, looking at the big picture that Lagosians are not seeing. They should just trust the government that it has taken a nice decision to protect lives and property of Lagosians and visitors.
Thank you, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Lagos State, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Tonight.